My dear friends, my name is Jacob Fiveash, and welcome to Uncaged Zootours. If you are new to the channel and love animals, I recommend and appreciate you hitting the like, subscribe, and bell icons to join me on my tours. Welcome back to Dallas, Texas. This city not only has a zoo, but also the Dallas World Aquarium. Despite its name, it has way more than just fish. It has tons of animals, mainly from the rainforest of South America, but also Africa, Asia, and the oceans of the world. The Dallas World Aquarium opened in 1992 on the site of a gutted out warehouse, and is part of the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. We'll be starting with the entrance and the top floor, which is called the Canopy according to the map. This section consists of several animals that I may never talk about again, which is one of the reasons why you should visit this place. Let's begin. Unlike some of the other zoos and aquariums I've been to, you can see the first few animals right off the bat before you buy your tickets. There are red-tailed black cockatoos, rhinoceros hornbills, Blythe hornbills, and even Asian arowanas. After buying your ticket, which is free for children ages 0 to 2, $21.95 for children ages 3 and up, $31.95 for adults like me, and $26.95 for seniors and military personnel, the next exhibit contains a Matchy's tree kangaroo, followed by a very special African bird. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to the shoebill-stork. Wait a second, shoebills aren't storks. They're related to hammerkops and pelicans. Shoebills love to eat lungfish, eels, catfish, water snakes, and even small crocodiles. Their hunting technique is called the freeze and seize strategy. When food is nearby, shoebills will jerk their heads forward and grab their prey from the water. They will shake their heads side to side to remove any vegetation, then swallow the prey whole. Shoebills will also fill their beak with water and pour it on their eggs when it gets hot. Even though shoebills are very tall, they don't fly for long. Even though they look like a prehistoric bird, shoebills are also one of the most desired birds for anyone who wants to go on an African safari. They're very calm around humans, but they're also one of the rarest animals in an American zoo. After saying hello to some little blue penguins, it's time to head upstairs. There are blue-throated macaws, and a ton of other birds like this scaled pigeon, living with a toko toucan, a helmeted curassow, and a giant anteater that I didn't see, is another rarity. Say hello to the red-backed bearded saki. As their name implies, the red-backed bearded saki has a long, thick beard. These monkeys are frugivores. Unlike herbivores who eat plants, frugivores mainly eat fruit, roots, and nuts. However, red-backed bearded sakis also love to eat insects. They also have special teeth that allows them to bite into seed pods. In the wild, red-backed bearded sakis live in Brazil, Venezuela, and the Guianas. There are only 27 of these monkeys in captivity, making them another reason to stop by the Dallas World Aquarium. Our next rarity is our first golden-headed quetzal. In ancient times, the Mayan and Aztecs believed the quetzal to be the god of Ari's messenger. Some saw the quetzal as a bringer of peace and illumination. The male quetzal has one of the longest tail feathers of any bird, and it takes 3 years for it to grow to full size. An adult quetzal's tail can be up to 16 inches long. In the wild, quetzals prefer to stay high up in the canopy and will only fly for short distances. Like the red-backed bearded saki, quetzals love to eat fruit, but their favorites are avocados. Even though a quetzal's feathers appear green, they are actually brown. Those feathers help protect a quetzal's thin skin. Unlike other birds, quetzals are solitary, which means they spend most of their lives alone. The only times they interact with each other is during the mating season. Quetzals use their beaks to hollow out tree holes. Aside from their solitary behavior, quetzals aren't common to find in zoos because they live on protected area in Costa Rica, which protects them from poachers who want to hunt their feathers. Quetzals are also very shy and sensitive, and are very difficult to breed in captivity. They are the national bird of Guatemala and represent freedom in that country. Quetzals also live high up in the high-altitude misty forests of Central America, which is really hard to replicate in a zoo. Then there's our first pied tamarins. These tamarins are bald, but they rapidly stick their tongue in and out of their mouths to show how they're feeling. They would be great musical artists. Only one female in the troop will breed with multiple males during the breeding season, and she usually gives birth to twins. Like other tamarin species, the male and older siblings will help the female take care of the babies. Then there are some playful giant river otters. They are the world's largest otters, and are also known as river wolves because of their teamwork and sharp teeth. Giant otters also have the shortest fur of any otter. I guess you don't need thick fur to survive in the Amazon rainforest. Besides, it rains a lot there. The Amazon rainforest can get 72 to 120 inches of rainfall, which is even higher than a house. Between December and May, it can rain so much that the Amazon River starts to overflow and rise up to the canopy, and many fish can visit it without getting out of the water. The extra rain causes the Amazon River to triple in size. There are also emperor tamarins and more birds like this lettered aracari, but living with Guianean cock of the rocks is one of the coolest birds in the entire aquarium. The long, wattled umbrellabird. Umbrellabirds have a very deep call, but they're only the size of a chicken. The males are black or dark blue, while the females are lighter in color. As its name implies, the long wattled umbrellabird has a wattle like a turkey, rooster, or wattled crane. The male's wattle will inflate like bagpipes to attract females. When inflated, the wattle looks like a pine cone. It also helps amplify its deep call. One of the reasons why this bird is hard to find in zoos is because it never leaves the canopy. Some animals' habitats are harder to replicate than others. But where does the umbrella part come in? It doesn't protect them from the rain. That crest on the top of the bird's head looks like an open umbrella, and it's another way the male attracts the females. Speaking of mating, long-wattled umbrellabirds find partners through lek mating. It's where all the male birds show their crests and wattles to the females. The long-wattled umbrellabird lives in the humid mountain forests near the Andes Mountains. There are also many species of poison dart frogs. There are over 170 species of poison dart frogs. All of them have bright colors to warn predators that they're poisonous. Poison dart frogs produce their poison by eating insects and other invertebrates that have poisonous chemicals. The brighter the frog, the more poisonous its skin is. But some species are so toxic that they can kill predators if they touch them. The most poisonous species of dart frog is the golden frog, who can produce enough toxin to kill at least 10 humans. In captivity, poison dart frogs aren't poisonous because they are fed fruit flies and crickets. Without the toxin, poison dart frogs are harmless to humans. Depending on the species, poison dart frogs can be 1.5 to 2.5 inches. A mother poison dart frog will carry her tadpoles on her back up the trees to bromeliad leaf pools so they can develop safely away from predators. In return, The bromeliad will use nitrogen from the frog's feces as a fertilizer to help it grow. There are also cotton-top tamarins, but the final animal on this tour is another special rarity, the brown-throated three-toed sloth. That's a mouthful. If you look closely at a sloth's fur, it's like another planet inside. There's a lot of algae on a sloth's brown fur. There are tiny grooves in a sloth's fur that trap water when the sloth swims. But there are also sloth moths and sloth beetles that live in the sloth's fur. The moths eat the algae for lunch to keep their furry friend clean and camouflaged from predators like jaguars or harpy eagles. When female sloth moths are ready to lay their eggs, they will wait for the sloth to slowly climb down to the forest floor to use the bathroom. Then the moths will lay their eggs on the sloth's poop. When the larvae hatch, they will eat the sloth's poop and live there until they transform into adult sloth moths. A single three-toed sloth can have up to 950 sloth moths and sloth beetles in its fur. While humans and giraffes have 7 neck bones, a three-toed sloth has an 8th bone in their neck, allowing them to turn their head 270 degrees. They can give birth, sleep, and swallow upside down. A three-toed sloth is also a great swimmer, as it can hold its breath for up to 40 minutes. And that officially wraps up the first part of our adventure through the Dallas World Aquarium. When we return, we'll head down to the understory and see a manatee, vampire bats, freshwater stingrays, our first Goliath bird-eater tarantula, an electric eel, caimans, and Orinoco crocodiles. Today's question is, we had some new animals in this video. Which ones have you never heard of before? Thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you next time. You're smart, creative, and kind.